afternoon, guys. It's a 4:38 p.m. Today is Monday, and so I just want to recover, recap, the last week comment about this comment, right? So this is a running comment. Entire last week I ran it, right? And because it was inflection point, mid-term sellers, weekly sellers versus daily time frame buyers, right? It was a fight going on. One person has to win, one party. So that's why I ran this entire week, right? So this week, and then at end of this week, last week actually, Friday, right? The sellers won, right? Because of weekly sellers won, right? And that's why I highlighted these things, right? And then here I said weekly sellers kept the control as of now, right? So going into the day, we know weekly sellers kept the control. They won the battle temporarily, right? Until further price proves it, right? So going into the day, we have this information. Weekly sellers, not daily, weekly sellers, right? Against the daily buyers. So focus should be short today, right? That is the given thing. See here, key areas today is this. We are going to focus on short at pullback, correct? So then this week also we may see a choppy behavior. See, this is based on the Jackson Hole stuff, and Powell's speech coming on Thursday and Friday, right? So price is not gonna make a major move. Entire this week, if you combine it till Thursday, you won't see any major move. That means even though price goes down or goes up, it's gonna come back up. Eventually it will be neutral. So now going into today, 4177 area is very, very important, right? It was the pending target for sellers from 8/11, August 11th, and it was the point to break out above for 810 buyers. On 810, some news at 830 spike up the price, and then RTH on that day price came down to 4178, and after that it never came down, right? So we know 4178 is the first time visit after 811, right? So after like 10 days. Now of the open, two things can happen. That what we discuss is either buyers are going to buy it up here, which is good because we are looking for a pullback at the short above 78, which is this pullback above 78, right? But if aggressive sellers, the weekly sellers, right, based on the weekly sellers, if intraday sellers become aggressive, right, then you will see a breakdown below 78 either off the open or before open in pre-market. If that is the case, then here say breakdowns before open below 78, then we'll still wait for a pullback to 78, evaluate it, and then either short or let it go, right? So either before open or after open. If 78 is broken down, then 78 becomes the support turning to resistance idea, right? So we have to evaluate it, and then we can take a short if we see something. Otherwise we'll wait for price to go a little bit higher, then short it. Okay, so that's the idea. And actually NQ gave us a hint, around 66 when it pulls back after broken down, around 945 or so. So, but I'll cover that one in the chart. Russell, Friday's RTH low is important in ES and NQ. Ideally, you want to see sellers holding it below today for sellers, right? Breakout above, buyers may be back in the business. So yesterday's low was, Friday's low was 42.20 in ES, right? So price was way far away. And then this is a Jackson Hole stuff, right? And then Russell, now why Russell came down hard, because of this dream number 158 189, right? So let's talk about, let's say dream number, right? So dream number never got tested, but at least price is holding below dream numbers. That means sellers are active, right, going into the day, and it is holding below the blue line hunting levels from yesterday, which is this, so sellers are active, right? That we know. Now also we discuss in pre-market that 89 120 and 189 170 area are my shorts area. That is what I clearly said in pre-market, right? 89 is aggressive for me, so I would wait for 120, but those are the sellers area. That is what we discuss. So right of the open, what I saw was 89 touched and rejection. That's a good sign for sellers then, right? Because then I know at least sellers are aggressive, right? Because they defended 89, right? And then this area was aggressive buyers area and aggressive sellers below this line, right? So now up when price came down here and sliced through these things, at that point we know that sellers are active. Okay, at this point that we discussed in this call. Then price came down here around 936, right? First 5 minutes. Well, ES was around, where was ES? ES was right around 66, right? Which was here probably. Where was ES? Right here, 66, right? So at that point we know that sellers reacted from here, right, aggressively. 78, it was important area, and right of the open breakdown happened, right? So at least we know now, on the way back up 78 can act as a resistance, right? So at that point here in NQ, when price came down, I said watch 66, right? That 66, I want price to go to 66, hold it, then come down. That's my signal, you know, that's then I can short, you know. So at that time I had a phone call, so I missed it 66 short actually, you know, but I think one of the members or a few of the members took this 66 short, right? And then when I came back, I said, you know what, look at 66, they defended it, right? If I was here, I would have shorted it, right? But anyway, this ES was a good short at 78 right here, you know, at the same time with NQ. Both of them were perfectly good short, right? See here I put a different arrow because we were not sure of the open, right, whether it's going to pull back higher or somebody will defend it here, right? So it does not make sense to short here unless you have some tools, right? Let's say Mboxwave or something, and if it is showing you something, then yes. Otherwise, you know, you just wait. This was the confirmation, 66 rejection right here, right, going below this intraday VWAP, right, RTH VWAP, right? That was your confirmation if you're looking for confirmation. Otherwise 66 you can try, you know, right at this mini rejection you can try here, you know, short, because at the time ES was testing 78 area, right? So this was a good short. Internals were already liquidation kind, right? So they were not telling us any new story than telling us that hey, sellers are in control, right? But it was exhaustion too at the same time, so price can bounce. But now since it's a breakdown, 70s was your short, you know, 66 was your short, right? Then you just hang on to it, right? So here, because of this bounce, and this was an aggressive buyers area, see, preferred buyer, aggressive buyers area, right, this line, and since price went back up then coming down, this area can act as a support also, you know, in real time. So you have to scale something here a little bit, you know, and then you put your stop, move down to break even, and then you hold the rest, right? Then price came down straight to dream number, the naked dream number, right? See here you have to take a profit, because now price sliced through these things, right, straight into dream number. Dream numbers, you know, already they are deadly, right? Sometimes price bounce hard, so you have no choice. If you do the if you scale something here, then you do whatever the remaining, you take a profit here and then evaluate again, you know, for the new trade. But in this case, if once you take a profit, right, you cannot enter lower. Let's say if price goes down here, but if it pulls back, then you watch this area, right? This is a key area now, right? Because price went up, sliced through it, came back up, and now it's a VWAP, confluence area, aggressive sellers, aggressive buyers area, you know. And if price gets a rejection, you are back in the business. By the time internals were already liquidation kind, right? They were not moving higher, right? So this was your great short. Again, at this time, dream number may hold, may not hold. So you take some profit here and hold the rest here, break even. When it breaks down here, this was the preferred buyers area, right? So definitely you want to take a profit at this blue line. You know, blue lines are dangerous, like dream number, right? And then you call it a day off. Simple. That's it, you know. Now this was the max area, right? But at this point, overnight was already went down so much, you know. And then on top of it you have this, and on top of it you have this kind of buyers, you know. Look at these buyers, right? Look at their responses. It's a good responses, right? So that's why, considering this buyers responses and overnight down move already happened, and on top of it RTH down move, right, and internals were already exhausted, it makes sense. And this blue line, it makes sense you bail out here 100%, and then wait for the fresh new opportunity if you see something. Otherwise don't bother to trade, right? You do not want to take longs, unless you see price holding above this area, then you can take reactionary longs, but your profit target is not guaranteed because of these sellers, right? So you can take a reactionary longs. At warnings you have to bail out, right? But main focus should be short if you are trading it below this area, this blue line, right? Above buyers, you have to assume, right? Because it's a powerful area. And if you short, your target would be this max target, and then you completely bail out. 100% no more trading after this point, right? So here you can see it, price balance below this area, right? So you can take couple of shots here also, so right here if you want to, I'm just saying, but I wouldn't try to do it, because intraday, yes, price may go down few points, but then you want to see really something going on, right? So here there is no short, but if you can make a case, and then what happened? Price slowly stepping up, right? At this point in Discord I said, what, you can even take a long above 979, right? And then price went higher. This VWAP, right, this dream number acted as a resistance. Price came down again, people bought it at this blue line, see that? Again they bought it at blue line, see that? Now at this point, if you look at this, you have a trend line here going on. See, I was watching these things, right? So I drew a trend line, right, to see whether this blue line now has to hold, right? If buyers are in control and I want to see a breakout and price going back again here, right? Now here is the important thing. What happened? Instead of this, multiple attempts to hold this blue line and this trend line, right? See here, the first time trend line broke, correct? But still price went higher, fine. Then what happened? This blue line acted as a resistance. We already know this line is acting as a resistance. This blue line is now acting at right to the dot here, acted as a resistance, right? Then price came down, and now you can scroll forward, you can see this breakdown. See that? Now price is build a balance here, and now it broke down. See, now you are ready to short. Not here, not here. After seeing the confirmation that now, hey, you know what? Blue line buyers are stepping away. Now they are confirming here, sellers are confirming they want to take it down to this area. See now, and look at this ED. See that? Now ED is also did not get a chance to go higher. See that? So now it's a confirmation. Now you wait for price, either you take a short right here, right, with this, with the flow, but NQ being NQ, always the damn thing does back and forth, right? And since it's close to blue line, you rather wait, or you can take a trade here. If you're lucky, price may pull back here and then go down, right? Then you can additional confirmation. So let's see what happens. See? So here, broken trend line acted as a resistance. Price tried to go up here, right? Since blue line is powerful, right? If it breaks down at this intraday balance, it will come back to retest, at least. Let's see, where is ES? 1248. See, ES was right around this blue line also. See that? So now both of them tested. ES was unable to go higher, right? It was protected by this VWAP also, right? Internals were already liquidation kind. So now this was a good short. See, ES also broke down the trend line. Now this was a good short here, and then your stop should be right here, and your target would be here, which will justify maybe 5 to 1 risk reward or 4 to 1, right? And look at this after that. See, after that price went down, right? As usual, somebody bought it here. Those are the fools who bought it here, right? But let's ignore them. But this gives you an opportunity. Look what happened. Price went higher, right at this low. Remember the first time when we took a short here, or if we are planning to take a short, look at this line, right? It touched it, came down, right? Short again. Now you target this definitely, 970, that was the, 870 to 900, that was the area, right, that I gave you as a max target. Now you look at this. This is the 900 area, right? And then this is 870 area, right? Once price reached here, you take a profit, you are done for the day. And you can see after that price did not move. So that even here 934 dream number also acted as a resistance. See, yes, those are the only trades. See, here this was a trade, right? And then you target this area, backup buyers area, and once it reach here, you're done. Ideally 2830 was a max target, right? But backup buyers area is good enough. So those are the trades today, Now here you can make a case here also. See 62 blue line, right? And then you go VWAP, mid, everything is there. Internals are holding, momentum holding below zero line pretty much, right? So you can make a case to short even here also, right? But I rather, when price goes down like this, you know, in NQ in support, right, the blue line, I rather wait for a confirmation. See, that's why you wait for a price to break down the trend line, then you short. See, so this is how you have to trade, you know, on some days when price is like already moved so much. See, look at this, right, from here, here and here, and now you want to short here. Think about it, right? Price already moved from 42.33 all the way to 41.50, and now you want to short here aggressively just because internals are liquidation kind. No, wait for a confirmation, you know, then you trade, you know. So that's how it is, you know. So now let me talk about Mboxwave, right? So I'm going to cover ES today in Mboxwave. Okay, so let's start. So these are my levels. Okay, so in ES it automatically plots the levels. Okay, so now I'm looking at it first time today, right? So I haven't done any, I didn't watch even Mboxwave today, right? Because the context was clear to hold for shorts today, right? So I was only looking for shorts today, right? So I didn't need to look at the Mboxwave, right? Because I know my locations, right? So 78 was one of my location based on the opening price action. Otherwise I was looking for higher up shorts, you know, maybe 41.95, you know, or 42.03 or something like that. So, but if price breaks below 78, I was ready to short at 78 if it pulls back, you know. That was my idea, the contextual. For that you have to, you know, watch the previous portion of this video, you know, then you will have understanding of the pre-market notes and why, the reason why I shorted it, right? But anyway, now we are talking about Mboxwave, right? So let's view it together, you know. So let's scroll back. So 9 o'clock, right? So I'm just going to stop here. So what are we seeing here? So one thing we are seeing here is this garbage going on, right? It's a garbage, right? Ping pong, correct? So, but within ping pong, right, who is in control? That's the first thing, correct? So here, let's see. So let's start from here. Okay, so first visible thing is what? In the last few minutes, so last 2 hours, you know, before open, right? So I can see here, see, I can see this 1, 2, 3, 4 algos, right, versus 1, right? Different observation, right? So I'm just trying to see what is going on here, you know. So, and then these things, see that this sell off, it's more than this buying, right? So at least we know 4 algos, right? Here is a triple algos, right? And there are more red, see, more red color than blue colors. So at least I know this picture before pre-market, in the pre-market first 2 hours before opening, sellers are in control. That I know, right? And I also know 78 is a good support. Okay, those are the 2 things we know. Okay, then let's go forward. Let's move up to 9:30, which is 9:28, right? So let's see what happens after this point onwards. We know sellers are in control here, right? Then what happened? Okay, fine. So 1, 2, where is the fourth one? Man, I counted 4, right? So 4, 5, 6, 7 algos versus 1 and 2. So at least we know by 9:30, 9:29, sellers still have a control, right? That we know. Then let's what happened of the open. Of the open, what happened? 9:29, one more algo, buy algo, kicking, right? Kicked in. But then what happened? 59, 207, 3, 59, no demand. Look at this here, right? Oh, let me hide this actually. Let me hide this because we are watching it in real time, right? So here, one algo, right? But at least up to this point, we know sellers are in control. So if this algo has to take price higher, it better comes up with better delta, right? Better demand. and we need more buying here, at least greater than this selling, right? See here minus 1500, here look 1200, right? At least this seller still have a control, right? Look at this, more selling, look at this buying, see? So I would say still sellers have a control here despite this, right? And we already know sellers has a control. Then what happened? Look here also, see, this is less than this, so at least we know this buyers has nothing to do, you know, they are garbage, fake buyers. Then what happened? Boom, another algo, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 algos, right? And then price went down, and then look at the selling came, right? This selling, it looks, man, too much selling, right? So let's see whether it compares to previous day. What time is it? Nope, it's still less than the previous day, you know, but at least close enough, you know, but not that great, you know, less than previous day. But at least so far we know that sellers have a control, right? And then what happened? Price came down, right? So at least it is trying to break below 78, right? And then what happened? Minus 103, which is greater than this 59. So at least we know this algo has more juice than this algo, buying algo, right? Then what happened? Then price went higher, man. And then look at this, imbalance, right? Favoring sellers actually. This thing is favoring sellers. Then what happened? Boom. See that? Minus 17. See, this was your short right here, right? I would take a short right here, right? And actually I did, but I did later on, not based on Mboxwave, but this was your short, okay? Your stop has to be here, right about this area, 82. Your short would be around 76, 6-point stop, right? And look at this time, again more selling came, right? Now you're good, right? If price has to work, if this sellers, this much evidence has to work in favor of sellers, then it has to hold below this area. Simple, you know. If it breaks above, man, price is going to skyrocket high. It is that simple, you know. Now let's see if we get additional opportunity, right? Then what happened? Now there is a triple algo here, right? So this is more evidence that more sellers are in control. At least this gives you a confirmation that yes, your short has a more potential to work now, right? But it bounced, right? It bounced from this support, I would say, you know. But let's say you don't know about these levels, but for now you assume it's a triple algo, right? So now you can do more shorts. If price takes out this low, you can do more shorts, right? Now, so let's see what happens next. Does it take out this area? 29, right? So ideally I want to see more, right? And break down, but it may come later on, right? So let's see here. Damn, look at this. Price took out the triple algo here, right? So now if you're holding your shorts, right, you still have to hold it, but this is your warning sign, because this buying increase here, this buying increased here, right? Now the question is, somebody decided to buy it here, right, against this algo, correct? So looks like buyers are trying to buy it at the dip here, right? Whatever the level or whatever they thought here, right? Despite all this thing going on. Now the question you have to ask is whether these buyers are legit or fake. Only way you will know is if price takes you out here, your stop loss, right? Then you know those buyers are in control, and at this point this is enough evidence and you go long after that point onwards, right? Till then you have to favor the sellers, right? And you have to watch what these buyers do, right? How far they can go, take the price higher, right? And look for it, right? Since this much effort they did it to buy it, right? They better take the price higher and stop you out. Fine, you lost the 6 point, but then you can make up for it by going long above 78, because 78 was the good area, right? And now 78 turned into resistance, support turned into resistance. So at least to begin with, these buyers have to take out this price first, then this. With more demand, then you can go long. If there is no demand and if there is a weakness, then you short, again, you add more, because that could be trap buyers at that point, right? So let's move on. Man, there is an algo here, right? Suddenly, now think about it. Entire since 7 o'clock, there is a lot of sell algos going on, right? Even of the open also, with this much supply and selling. Why suddenly somebody choose to buy it here? And do you think these buyers had a juice enough to take out all these sellers? They failed here, they failed here, they failed here, and then they took out 78 too. Do you think so? This area is going to hold? But maybe, who knows, right? So let's go forward. See, there is another set of buying came, fine. Stop me out then, fine, right? I'm okay. But then I will go long, and I know the longs will be good, because by the time if price goes higher with more demand about this, I know all these sellers will be trapped. That means it will fuel the price upwards, and then I will recover my 6 point and I will make more points, right? That's how the thought process should be. Till then you defend your seller's territory. So let's see what happened. 151 demand, very good demand, but did price took out 78? Not yet. So let's wait what happens next. Price came down again, right? Did it take 78? No. So with 151 demand, did it take out? With this algos, did it take out 78? Bare minimum requirements? No, it failed. So effort no result. Probably, right? Probably, right? Because in order to justify effort no result, price has to go through this area, because that's where the buyers are sitting, right? So it could be a pullback too, right? So we don't want to get trapped here. Price can go down, pull back here, right here, and then bounce back up, take out this area, fine, you go long, or if it goes through it, you go short. Simple, right? So but here you can see this difference. See that? This and this. So now you can see by looking at this candle, you can see this is effort no result actually. You don't have to even wait for price to take out this area. This is what the selling is, but let's wait, There you go. One more seller selling, right? One more bar going down. Maybe buyers can still buy it here, who knows, right? So let's wait for price to go down completely, and if we are lucky, we'll get opportunity, if not, then it's fine. We are still holding this short, right? There you go. See that? See, at this point, these buyers have no juice. So there are multiple failed attempt. This, price is gonna go down, right? And look at this selling now. Look at this selling now, right? So buyers fail to follow through, right? So now price took out this low. Now you are ready to short. Where do you short then, right? Now the question is, where do you short? So you have two opportunities. Now up to this point, say I would take a short here also, right? But then you have to understand one thing, that buyers are not giving up that easily. Despite this much selling, they are still buying it, right? That means after looking at this, if somebody decided to buy at the lower end, I'm sure if price goes down further, somebody will buy it right here after I enter my short, and price will pull back. So it's a good idea to wait for a pullback short like this, then like this, then go with the flow, So let's see my point. Once you shorted here, immediately pull back on you. See? So that's why there is no short here. But you wait for a pullback. Where is the pullback location after this? When price came down, obviously this area, which is this. Remember, I draw this area. Now price has to survive below this, because these buyers will turn into sellers now, because they are praying to God. God, please price pull back here, so I can bail out my longs. And they got lucky here. See that? They got lucky here, right? But look at this, the view here. First time, more buying, more algo, failed. This time, same thing, more buying, more dot algo, right? But there is a difference here. See, if you look at this, but then this, but then this. See, this buying and this buying. Decrease. So, pace is decreasing. Even though this buying is showing you here, it's a fake buying. And if that is the case, then you will see next candle or two going below this area. See, it's holding it, right? Now look, see that? Now you enter a short here. This is your confirmation. And now your stop would be right here, which is 69 short. Stop will be 72, 73, 3-point stop. And if price goes below this, next area would be this, or even this. 4150 is a round number, usually price will get attracted to it. So 3-point stop, if you're lucky, price goes below this by following this pattern. It goes below this like this, and then it maybe pull back up to here and then go down, right? So that is the pattern going on, right? So let's draw a line here and then see what happened. Damn, somebody bought it here, see that? And then again you got this algo, right? So short again, add more. And then what happened? See these things came down, right? Pull back here, see this area? Same pattern like morning. Once it breaks down, it pulls back. Look at this. And this time you have a triple algo, that is more shorts. Now you target this, and you have this also coming with you, right? So eventually it got it here. That's how you trade it, or that is how you trade today. It was tough here, but see, I didn't see this price action in Mboxwave, right? But before, I just watched it with you right now, candle by candle. See, that's how you have to do the analysis, right? Slowly, peacefully, patiently, right? Otherwise, if you're like, there is algo, I would short it. It doesn't work that way. First you need to know the context, right? Then you have to walk through it, be patient, right? And if something goes off like this, then you think reverse and think other way around and see, hey, buyers are in control, let them prove it. If they fail to prove it, you short, simple. And that be all for today.